These 12 times tourists decided to sneak into dangerous animal enclosures will surely keep you up at night. Tourists can be heard screaming in panic as they watch a man try his best to fight a lion with his bare hands. After getting drunk and jumping into a lion enclosure, a man gets the terrifying realization of the mistake he made after the lion does this. Lions, as apex predators, pose danger if threatened or if their territory is encroached upon, displaying aggression to protect their domain. The drunk man tries playing it cool by shouting at the animal and making himself look big, but ultimately to no avail. The predator, ever so curious, continues taunting and lunging at the drunk tourists, scaring everyone watching the terrifying encounter. What happens next is unknown, as the clip ends without showing what happens to the man. This next heart-stopping encounter shows a group of tourists watching closely as a deranged father drags his daughter with him in an elephant enclosure. Elephants possess immense strength and can inadvertently cause harm or fatalities with their sheer size and weight if agitated or panicked. The tourists watch in fear as one of the elephants in the enclosure gets too agitated, deciding to do something really shocking.
Oh.
The man notices the elephant charging from behind, and he immediately runs towards the fence, only to accidentally do this. After dropping his poor daughter, he quickly picks her up as the elephant approaches closer, almost stomping them to the ground. Everybody screams in fear, and the video ends without giving a conclusion to the frightening encounter. A CCTV footage captures a man climbing a fence to get into a crocodile enclosure located at St. Augustine Alligator Farm Zoological Park. After climbing the fence, the man then proceeds to climb up to a roof in a small shack near him and decides to do the unthinkable. After jumping from the roof, the man attempts to swim to the nearest shore, failing after something really terrifying happens. Crocodiles are highly dangerous predators to humans, known for sudden aggressive attacks, especially near water bodies where they lurk. The man immediately gets attacked by one of the predators in the enclosure, severely injuring him and forcing him to hide in the bushes. Thankfully, he manages to call 911, and the police arrive to rescue him moments later. Loud screams of fear and panic can be heard coming from tourists watching a drunk man fighting his way out after falling into a lion enclosure. Lions can display aggression toward humans, particularly in situations of perceived threat, protecting territory, or encountering humans near their cubs or prey. The lions try to get closer to the drunk man, prompting him to throw rocks at the predators in order to drive them away. The whole encounter is both adrenaline pumping and frightening, making the bystanders watch in fear and curiosity as to what happens next. Moments later, a few bystanders call his attention, throwing down a rope for him to climb to and save himself from impending doom. He successfully climbs out of the enclosure, making everybody watching sigh in relief. Tourists record tigers relaxing inside their enclosure, when all of a sudden one of the predators focuses on something in the distance. The person recording the encounter notices this and immediately pans to what the tiger is staring at, revealing something extremely shocking. A man can be seen trying to climb down a visitor's fence, enticing the tiger and prompting it to do something terrifying. Tigers can swiftly pounce, leaping distances up to 10 meters or 33 feet to ambush their targets, showcasing their remarkable hunting prowess. After seeing how fast the tiger closes the distance between them, the man immediately regrets his decision and quickly starts retreating.
Oh, is he gonna try that?
Thankfully, he does decide to follow through, or things could have gone bad fast. This next frightening but infuriating encounter shows a man smiling as he enters a lion enclosure while his friend records him from outside. The man then begins to taunt the lion while it responds by roaring and growling at the arrogant man. Lions can swiftly inflict severe harm on humans. The speed at which they can fatally injure varies, showcasing their powerful jaws. Despite this, the predator is afraid to move, probably due to several abuses made by the people managing the enclosure. Although the man probably knows this already, he is still in very dangerous territory, as there is nothing separating him from an apex predator. The animal refuses to fight back, and the man retreats back outside with a smug smile. Tourists record an old woman jumping into a tiger enclosure to get her hat back, securing her place at the Darwin's award ceremony. The tourists, disgusted at what the woman is doing, screams at her both in fear and in anger as she quickly climbs up the fence. Jumping into tiger enclosures is extremely unsafe, as tigers are apex predators, posing an immediate threat with their predatory instincts and powerful capabilities. She probably thinks that she is safe from the tiger due to another fence separating them, but tourists are quick to point out the stupidity of her actions. The video then shows another tourist scolding her while she claps back, defending her stupidity. A man can be seen taunting an orangutan stuck in a cage when all of a sudden, something both satisfying and terrifying happens. The animal proceeds to grab him with all its might, preventing him from escaping even after his friend rushed in to help free him. Orangutans exhibit exceptional gripping strength, holding on to objects or branches with a power surpassing that of humans, showcasing their remarkable abilities. Despite the encounter only lasting a couple of seconds, the event will surely be stamped into the man's mind forever. The orangutan eventually lets go of him, relieving everyone in the process. A woman can be seen being recorded by tourists after deciding to jump into a lion enclosure and come face to face with a lion. When facing a lion, avoid making sudden movements, maintaining eye contact, or turning your back to the animal to reduce potential aggression. The woman decides to break most of these rules by proceeding to dance while face to face with a predator that can rip her to shreds. The predator remains calm and keeps staring at the woman, waiting for a good opportunity to attack her as soon as she turns her back.
That's what my dad used to do, though. Like, he was crazy.
Lions can sprint at impressive speeds up to 50 miles per hour, swiftly closing distances in brief sprints when pursuing prey. Unfortunately, the clip ends there, and it is unknown what happens next in the encounter. This next encounter caught by a CCTV shows a man riding a chairlift when, all of a sudden, he decides to do something shocking. Luckily, he falls in a net, saving him from the high fall and giving the chance for a good Samaritan to do this. He gets rescued to safety, and he avoids being tiger food this time. This next clip will make you question how intelligent humans really are after a young teen decides to do something incredibly stupid. After jumping into the giraffe enclosure, he immediately retrieves his papers and climbs up the fence to return to his friends who are recording him. Thankfully, no one got seriously hurt by the encounter, but he will be facing charges